Hello, I'm Lisa Alexander. I'm a quantum metaphysician and I am the creator of the nationally accredited Alexander Method of Vibrational Sound and Energy Therapy, among many other things. Anyway, I'm here today to reach out primarily to my clients and students who have been asking me to do YouTube videos for years. And I guess this whole quarantine thing has finally given me that opportunity because normally I'm spending my days with my clients or my students and then, of course, catching up on the administrative side of my business on the computer. So I haven't really had a lot of time left in my day for the YouTube videos that you have all been asking for. So I'm very grateful that you've been asking. I'm grateful for you watching. And after I get done with today, I hope you'll want more. So what I'm offering today is a free meditation to help you through this particular quarantine, this COVID-19. These times are different. We really are moving into a different time. The world will never quite be the same again. And change is very hard for people. Humans have a tough time with change, but change is inevitable. And you have to learn to go with the flow, right? Move down that river, that stream of life, and face the rapids and find your way around them. And that's kind of where we're at right now, is we're all adjusting, as sad as it is. I have been reluctant to kind of come out and talk about the coronavirus or COVID-19 because in the beginning, when we were just kind of building all of this up, as a quantum metaphysician working in the quantum fields, those of you who do that as well or do energy healing understand that where we place our energy is what's going to expand in our world. We create the world we live in. We create matter. So I didn't want to add to the fear of this virus that was just starting, and I just didn't want to add to that, and I wanted to just kind of send out my prayers silently and my meditations of love and help people where I can, trying to keep the calm, trying to be the eye in the center of the storm. Unfortunately, as a lot of you light workers know, there aren't enough of us out there doing that, and the rest of the world really kind of got into that fear, and it grew and it grew and it grew, and it just expanded, right? The fear, what you fear most is what comes to you. So we know, like A Course in Miracles says, there's really only two emotions, fear and love. And everything else comes off of that. So fear breeds hate, jealousy, envy, things like that. Love breeds joy, happiness, abundance. So we try to stay in a place of love. But you know what? It's here. And however the COVID-19 got here, it doesn't matter anymore. It's here. And we have to do our best collectively to come together and support each other during these times. And that's why I'm here today, to offer you some support. When this started really hitting us here in the Northeast, which was like end of February, early March, I was teaching a Sunday meditation class at one of my local yoga studios, Cool Heart. And I did a meditation right then that helped to strengthen those biofields around us, to give us that protective shell around us, right? So we know that there is this electromagnetic field that's all around us, kind of like my backdrop, right? So Heart Math Institute, of which I am a practitioner in training, has done all of the research on that, and as many others have, that we literally have an electromagnetic field around us. It's a torus, and it looks just like the one we see around the Earth, because we're all connected to Mother Earth. And we really see how this connection is going on. And that's why the collective consciousness is so important. And what we feed into the collective consciousness is so important. And I didn't want to feed more fear into that collective consciousness in the beginning. But the collective consciousness of fear won out, and we are now here with this virus. Now, I've been getting emails and texts and messages from all kinds of clients telling me all kinds of things. The aliens brought the virus, or it's a conspiracy by China, or it's a this, or it's a that. And you know what? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The point is, it's here now, and we are all coming together to deal with it. And we always have to find our blessings. So the Chinese symbol for chaos is also the Chinese symbol for opportunity. So interestingly, it's a China thing, right? Started in China, at least as far as we know. And we are in a state of chaos, but it's time now to get out of that chaos and find the opportunity in it, or find the blessings. So for me, I have found many, and one of them is that I now have some time to answer the calls of my students and clients to come out and do more YouTube videos, because we've become a virtual world, and I was a little behind the times in that, I admit, but it's because my service was in person to my clients and my students. So now is time. So before I take us down this beautiful meditation, I want to give you a few other things that may help you. For those of you who understand vibrational sound therapy, I'm not going to explain it. You can go to my website, lisaalexander.com, to learn more about it. But we have a set of forks that we as practitioners and a lot of my clients have called angel forks. And they're beautiful forks, and they're very, very high frequency. So why am I talking about high frequency? Well, a long time ago, around the 20s, 30s, and 40s, I think he died in the 50s, was a man named Royal Rife. And he was working with frequencies, and he had found that he was able to kill off viruses and bacteria and even tumors working within higher frequencies. So now, of course, much like Tesla, when he passed away, a lot of his work was kind of taken away and hidden, and he was discredited by the AMA, unfortunately. But there were some doctors who picked up his work and are continuing it in our country and other countries. But it's kind of hard to find that research. If you go to my website at www.lisaalexander.com, I do have a blog about Royal Rife and some links in it. But you could just Google Royal Rife and learn about his work. But one of the frequencies we use is something called the angel forks. And they're actually a set of forks. So they are 3 forks. I'm going to have to look down here and make sure I'm showing you all 3 forks. So these are the 3 forks. Mine have crystals. That is my moniker, if anybody knows me. I was a model actress years and years and years ago. One of my very first commercials was the Bedazzler Girl. It was my first commercial that launched me, and then I got an agent and got to do real commercials after that. But anyway, so I do put crystals on the bottom of most of my forks. Those that it applies to. It doesn't apply to all of them, and depending on what part of my modality you're working in. But I have found that when I use these, or when my clients and practitioners have, it raises the vibration all around us. I'm going to kind of bring it up from my heart. They're very loud. It's a great way to clear space. So instead of using sage, which is kind of smoky and clears out all the negative stuff, it doesn't bring in all the light. You're actually supposed to use a different herb after that to bring in the light. Angel forks do both. They clear, they raise the vibration of the room, of the frequency of your food, of you, of everything. They raise the frequency, they raise the vibration rate. I am not making any claims that this is going to cure, heal, or keep the coronavirus away from you. I'm just telling you something that we do as a little trick in my industry. And I can tell you that I've reached out to my clients and practitioners, and they are all healthy. And we are not completely living in fear, nor are we completely sequestering ourselves. We are following the rules and guidelines, but yes, we are going out to grocery shop, and I walk my dogs every day and all that. So no one in my world, my tribe, who works within the Alexander method, either as a client or as a practitioner or student, is ill in any way, shape, or form. All right, so these are available to the public. You do not have to be a practitioner. You can go to my website at www.lisaalexander.com and order the angel forks, and they come with or without crystals in case you want to budget a little lower. So that's one tip there, again, before I go into this free meditation. The second tip is another fork we use for grounding is called the Ohm. This is the Ohm, okay, this is the Ohm fork. It's, I don't know if you can see it, but it's 136 Hertz, and it's a weighted fork, which simply means that when we tap this weight is going to create a vibration, send it down the tines and into the stem. So when we use it on our body, you know, you actually literally like feel that vibration into a muscle, but we use it at the ear, and it's the sound of the Om. And what's really cool is you not only hear it, but you feel the vibration. And unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily relay over the video, and which is why most of my meditations as a certified meditation trainer, I do live, whether in my space or people have me come in and do them in their spaces. You can also download my meditations on my website, but not this one. This one's just for you guys today. So this is a great way to start a meditation. It's just listening to the sound of this and taking a breath. Okay, it's the sound of Mother Earth. And, you know, we are so connected to Mother Earth. So if you think that there's this torus field that is measurable, and you can see it in pictures, you can go to heartmathinstitute.org to learn more about that. But there's also one around the globe. So we're so connected to Mother Earth, and a very good friend of mine was listening to one of my other meditations, not the one I'm doing today, some of the ones you'll find on my website. And she said, you know, Lisa, when I came out of your meditation, I kind of had this download, right? This universal download. And she said, you know, last year we were burning the lungs of Mother Earth. So if you think about the Amazon was burning and all the forest fires out west, we were burning. The trees are the lungs of Mother Earth, and we were burning her lungs. Look what's happening to us right now. Our lungs are being affected by this COVID-19. So what goes around comes around. You know, we're all connected, however you want to look at it. So another little trick is, in addition to the 136, this is a fork that we use in our energy therapy, the Alexander method of energy therapy. It's a grounding fork. It's a meditation fork. We use it before and after meditation to start. When I do my meditations live, which is why I like doing them live, I usually bring a lot of my other sound instruments, and I go around the whole room so everybody gets to experience sound and vibration before I go into my meditation. Today we're just going to go into the guided meditation to help you. But the other one is called the 128, and that's kind of our base fork in the body therapy, the Alexander method of body therapy. So the 136 for the energy, and this one's for the body therapy. It's a perfect fifth wave. It's been very, very well researched. I won't go into it now. We do in our class. It's very well researched, and when you use the two together, interestingly enough, if you subtract 128 from 136, you get about 8. So this is a 128 hertz frequency, a 136 hertz frequency, and there's something called binaural beat technology, and I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it if you meditate, and that's when you put one sound in one ear and a different sound in the other ear. And then the frequency, as it travels to the brain kind of does the math and creates the frequency of the difference of the two. Well, the difference of the two of these is about 8 hertz, and that's about the Schumann resonance, which is 7.83. And that's not necessarily exactly correct anymore, because there are a lot of theories that the Schumann resonance has been rising, some say maybe falling, but it's somewhere in that 7 to 8 range. And that's what you get when you use the two forks together, right? So one in each ear. And when you sound them to your ears, you want to hold them by the stems, as I'm doing. You don't want to hold them by the tines, because it'll stop the vibration. And I apologize for closing my eyes, but that's how we do it when we do it live, because it just feels, you feel the vibration going all the way down to your toes. You hear it, you feel it. It brings you into this centered space of deep meditation. So if you have these, I do suggest you pause this video and go get these, or one or the other, to start your meditation with me. And if you have the angel forks, clear your space first, raise the frequency of the room, the vibration, and then use these to start calming and bringing yourself into a still point. So that's what I got to tell you about the tuning forks before I go into the meditation. I will tell you one quick little thing also in talking about Mother Earth. This year is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. Can you believe it? It's been 50 years since we started trying to save Mother Earth. I kind of feel like we failed her a little bit. But I think had there not been the rules and regulations we've had in place for years through the EPA, I don't think we'd be in such a clean place that we are. I know, yes, it doesn't seem clean to everyone, but we're trying to think positive. It would have been far worse had we never had the EPA. And unfortunately, the EPA has been under attack, and a lot of things have been rolled back and changed. So we hope that that will be rectified in the near future. But in the meantime, we should do everything we can to support Mother Earth. And you can start doing that in small ways. So if you've had to learn to conserve during this quarantine, it's probably a good thing. Maybe you're using less paper, right? Because paper is trees, and it goes into landfills or into our septic system or our sewage system. Maybe you're being more cautious of your purchases. Maybe you're cooking at home more, so you're buying less things in packages. I mean, I understand about everyone, you know, all the drive-through and pickup, but it's packaging. Packaging is often made from either paper or petroleum. Plastic is made from petroleum, right? Paper is from trees, and it ends up in landfills. So with this 50th anniversary and the COVID thing, maybe it's a time for us to really reflect, how much have we personally in our own world done to help Mother Earth? You know, not always putting it out on the government, but putting it back to ourselves. So in honor of the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, I do have a little special present for all of you. If you just spend $50 for the 50th anniversary, buying one of these great tools that'll help you, the tuning forks or the meditations or anything else you find on my website. I don't have a lot on my website, so it won't take you long to pick something. I am giving away a free, if you can see it, organic cotton, live better, live green t-shirt. So it's organic cotton. It's a registered trademark logo, which I did, and it is in short supply. I only had a certain number printed up, so when they're gone, and that's it. So get them now. So those are free with any $50 purchase for the 50th anniversary. And then this side here, these are embroidered logos, live better, live green as well. Okay, and I have these V-neck cotton, or also organic cotton tees and colored shirts, and they're 50% off. So hopefully you will wear and show your support for Mother Earth. Organic clothing, organic cotton is very important. Stuff that's not organic has a lot of chemicals and pesticide that's put back into our water system and our water supply. So, okay, I'm done singing for Mother Earth. I could go on. Those of you who know me know I am also an environmentalist among the many other titles that I have. But today I'm here as a meditation trainer, a meditation coach, and I want to take you through this meditation I did back in the first weekend of March. And it's all about strengthening this electromagnetic field around us to protect us. So I came up with this one after one night I watched a movie. I can't remember if it was Netflix or Amazon Prime, one of those, called The Aeronauts with Felicity Jones and Eddie Redmayne, right? So it's sort of based on a true story. Of course, it's Hollywood, so they took a few privileges, but this team goes up in a balloon to learn about weather, and it takes place in the late 1800s in Europe. And we're going to take a little balloon ride today ourselves. So visualization is very important, and I use it in my guided meditations because the brain can't tell the difference between what we imagine and what is real. So if we imagine something, we can make it real in our reality at that moment. So I won't go into all of the science behind that, but there is. Athletes use this. They visualize winning the meet or the match, right? So your brain doesn't know if it's real or happening at that moment, or if it's not real. The brain, if you imagine something, you can kind of make it real in that moment for yourself, and hopefully bring that moment, that future, create that own future. So I'm going to explain a little bit about the movie to help you in your visualization. And the reason I'm doing this is I've noticed when I teach this live and I get newbies and I go through this and I ask them afterwards how have they experienced it, they're like, well, I didn't really see anything and I'm not really good at seeing things, but I did see colors. And to me, when they see colors, that's good. That means their third eye is opening. But it's not like a movie is going to flash in front of your eyes. You need to create it in a visualization. You need to create that image. You need to imagine, be a child imagining a fairy tale. If you're a South Park fan, we're going to Imagination Land today. So only South Park fans look at that one. So we're going to go to Imagination Land. So this particular balloon that these people were in the late 1800s is not the type of balloon you're used to seeing. So today's balloon that you might have even gone up in is a hot air balloon, right? So it's a big basket, and there's the balloon that has a really big opening, right? And then there's these propane tanks and these propane jets. And what they do is they heat the air in the balloon, and that hot air makes the balloon rise when you let go of the sandbags and the things are tying it down. And then to bring it back down to Earth, they cool the air slowly to bring it back down. Well, back in the 1800s, they filled their balloons with gas. So there was no big, loud heated tank in the middle, because I've been in one of these things. There was no tank creating heat in the middle. So it was pretty open. So the basket they were in was very open. And then the balloon was kind of, well, you can't even see it. So the balloon was way up, all right? The balloon was up here. You can't even see it on my screen. So it was way high up. So this was a nice open space, because you're going to be sitting in the middle of this basket in this meditation, and the balloon will be up ahead, but you're not going to hear a noise of any of the hot air stuff. And how these balloons came back down to Earth, of course, they went up because they were tied down and had sandbags, which we're going to slowly let go of. And then when they wanted to come down, they had these kind of pull strings on the outside. And they'd pull these, they would open vents up on the top of the balloon, and it slowly let out the gas, and then they'd slowly come down, right? So I just wanted to give you that visualization. Now, if you've seen the movie, you know that they went through some crazy weather, because they were studying weather. They were learning about the weather, and they actually broke records, this couple. And they went through storms and hailstorms, and they were practically freezing to death. It was brutal. We're not doing any of that, okay? We're going to find a beautiful rainbow, and we're going to keep it all happy and joyous. Especially for people who are new. I one time did this great meditation I had all these really people who come to my meditations are pretty advanced because they've been following my stuff for years, and I always have to kind of scale up, right, for them, make my meditations even more intense for them. So I did this one. It's on my website. I think it's called the Stream of Consciousness, the River of the Stream of Consciousness, something like that. But in it, it was wild. I really took them on a wild water ride, right? We started with a stream to a river to an ocean. It's crazy. And we had some people who hadn't been to a lot of my meditations, and they actually said they felt seasick. So my visualizations can really take you there sometimes. And the storm that I put them in even scared them. But that means they felt it, right? Because the brain imagines. So it felt real to the brain, even though it wasn't really happening around them. So I'm not going to do that to you today. This is going to be all beautiful. But we are going to release some baggage, right? Release the sandbags. And we're going to lift ourselves up high. We're going to find a rainbow. And we're going to, like the Russian nesting dolls, keep building that magnetic auric field around us to protect us from the energy of this virus and the energy of the thoughts and the fear and all of that that's going on right now. So without further ado, here is your meditation to help you through these times. So I want you to start with 3 deep breaths in. Close your eyes. Don't need to see me. 3 deep breaths. Breathing deep into the belly, expanding the diaphragm, and then pushing out any old, stale air. Good. Now that you've done that, just feel that breath coming down from the top of your head, rolling down your face, relaxing your face. Feel that breath rolling down through your neck, relaxing the neck. Again, feel the breath going down deeper and deeper, down your shoulders, down your arms, your elbows, your forearms, and all the way out your fingertips. Now taking a deep breath with the heart center, you're filling your whole chest cavity. And as you release it, feel it relaxing your back, all the muscles in your back, all the muscles around your rib cage. Breathing down deep into your abdomen, feeling that air going down deep into your abdomen. Still deeper, feeling that breath, just relaxing the hip flexors, the hip bones, the hip joints. Breathing in again and taking that breath down deeper and deeper, down your thighs, down your knees, and still all the way down your calves, to your ankles, to your feet, and all the way out to your little toes. Now I want you to see in front of you this beautiful basket, beautiful basket with one chair in the middle. And above it high is this gorgeous, colorful balloon filled with a precious sacred gas that's going to take you high into the sky, closer to the heavens. So you're going to crawl into this basket. There'll be a little step there. And as you do, you'll take a seat, a very comfortable seat. And remember, you're the controls. You're handed a bunch of ropes. And these ropes are all attached to the sandbags along the basket. And in order for you to go up higher and higher, you're going to need to slowly let go of each rope one at a time. So whenever you're ready, let go of your first rope. And when you let go of this rope, you'll feel the basket lift up just a little bit. Now with each sandbag you let go of, I want you to think of letting go of something in your life that no longer serves you, and just let it fall away. And don't worry, as you let go of the sandbags, they're also opened up, so no sandbag is going to come crashing down on anything or anyone below you. The sand will blow away into the wind, but you'll go up higher and higher in the And when you're ready, let go of the next sandbag. Again, if you want, allow it to let go of an old thought, an old experience that no longer serves you, an old relationship, perhaps even an old way of life that's no longer serving you in this new world. And one by one, I want you to slowly just keep letting go of the bags. Just slowly, so that you rise gently into the sky. We're rising higher and higher. You don't need to let go of a lot of bags. One bag will take you really far. And as we rise higher and higher into the sky, we look around, we'll see the birds flying right around us. You're now flying high enough that you see the birds, even the higher birds, the birds of prey, circling around. The bird of prey signifies looking at things from a higher perspective. So as you're up higher and higher in your balloon, gently rising up there, and you're starting to float up in the thermals where the birds of prey are flying around, start to see your life from a higher perspective. A spiritual perspective, perhaps. And with that new thought in mind, start to release your next sandbag. As you go up higher and higher, and now you're going to start to engage a beautiful rainbow. And as you enter the crest or the apex of this rainbow, you're going to be entering that first color, the color red. Red is also associated with our root chakra. And as you rise up into this beautiful red gas, this beautiful red surrounds you and your balloon all around you. It's putting that first layer around your body. Think of the Russian nesting dolls. We're slowly going to build, right? That auric field or that biofield around us, strengthening us with the color and the frequency, because color is just frequency. Red is one of the frequencies. It's our first one. Feel that red flow around your body, forming to your body like that Russian nesting doll, building that first protective layer around you. Really take some time to feel that. And when you're ready, and you feel that you've secured this first protective layer of red around you, let the next sandbag go. And allow yourself to rise up into the next color, which would be orange, a slightly higher frequency. And now let that orange color start to envelop you and go around your red color, building your next protective layer. And just take a moment to feel that building and feel that color, that slightly higher frequency color building outside of the red. And now when you're ready, let go of your next sandbag and ascend higher still into the next color, yellow, a beautiful golden yellow, like a bright sunlight cascading all around you, covering over the orange, creating your next layer out, still fortifying those biofields with an even higher vibration. Orange that we just passed through was connected to your sacral chakra, your chakra of creation, and not just babies, but of things, ideas, cooking, anything. This yellow is your solar plexus, your gut intuition, your digestion, being able to digest your life. So feel that energy around you as this builds that third layer even stronger. And now as you're ready to ascend even higher, up into the beautiful sky, up into this beautiful rainbow, let another sandbag go. Maybe something that was holding back that last center, that yellow center of power and control and digestion. Letting that go. just floating away, letting the sand just float away into the wind as you ascend higher and higher, this time into a beautiful green color. Now green is associated with the heart chakra, sometimes also seen with the rose quartz. So feel that rose quartz as your heart center. Maybe even see it as a rose. And feel this beautiful green light from the rainbow now building another layer upon the yellow, fortifying you still more with an even higher frequency, the frequency of love. Feel this unconditional love of this green light just as it fills all around you. Just feel this beautiful green light filling around you, creating that next layer of the Russian nesting dolls. Just start to feel warmth and comfort and protection as your layers are building and building. And you let go of yet another sandbag, another weight in your life. Maybe some old hurts that were hurting your heart center. Let them all go as you ascend even higher. This time you'll go into a beautiful blue color. I like to see it like blue of a beautiful ocean or a beautiful blue sky. And that is your throat center, if you'd like to associate it with the chakra. That's about speaking your truth, speaking your peace, but with love and compassion. It's also about your thyroid gland. So if you have any thyroid issues, see blue around your thyroid. Right now, see yourself going into the blue of the rainbow as this blue gases fill up around you even more, coming down around the top of the balloon and down around you, around the green, right? Because we're building the layers all the way down to our feet. And just take a second or two to breathe in this next layer, this beautiful blue layer, knowing that you've got red, orange, yellow, green, and now beautiful blue. Let go of another sandbag, maybe something that was keeping you from speaking your piece with love and compassion. Let go of that sandbag and take that still higher to a beautiful violet color. Just that violet of the third eye that represents our third eye, our clairvoyant center. Just feel this violet gassing color coming down over the balloon and then down and around you, around that nesting doll, that nesting egg. Feel that beautiful violet color, allowing it to awaken your clairvoyant centers in your third eye, bringing your auric field, your biofields into an even higher vibration. A lot of times students in my meditation classes say that that's what they see most. They see this violet color just kind of morphing around in front of them like a glob of violet color. And that's your third eye awakening. That's the crystals in your third eye creating electricity, because we're all electric beings. So start to really see, feel, and visualize that beautiful violet purple color. And then let go of a sandbag that might be holding you back from being your own guru. G-U-R-U, right? That's what guru stands for. G-U-R-U. So by raising our frequency, we become our own guru. We open our clairvoyant center. Allow that to happen. Allow that purple just to fill as you let go of another sandbag and raise up still higher. So now we're going into what is the crown center. Now I know in your charts you might see the crown center as a violet and maybe the third eye is indigo, but before I even knew what chakras were, when I was a little girl, I could see auras around people. It used to drive my mom crazy because she didn't know what I was talking about, and I really didn't either at the time. And then of course that ability leaves us for many, many years of our adult life and then kind of comes back when the time's right, doesn't it? So I always saw that last color as white, like the saints, those halos around them, that beautiful white golden light, the light of God, because white is the color of is actually the color of all colors, right? So white contains all the colors in its spectrum, whereas black is the absence of color. So if color is just frequency, white is the highest of all frequencies. That's why we often see white as that divine light. We see white when we leave our body and transition to the next world. It's that white light. So see this beautiful white light now come down and form all over your balloon and down around you and around all those colors you just built up. So now you have 7 colors around you. And that white color is that unconditional love of God. In theta healing, I'm also a theta healing practitioner. We often see the white light as white tingly light. Like think of it, a little white glistening, tingly, glittery light. Just feel it all over you. It's the unconditional love, God, source, creator, divine love of all that is. So feel that white light completely encasing you, just hugging you, letting you know that you are safe and you are secure as long as you trust and believe. Trust and believe that you are protected at all times. Be love, and you will be. So now just feel this beautiful last layer. We're past the rainbow now. We've come out on the other side of the rainbow. And no, it's not a pot of gold because we've come out on the top of the rainbow. And up there is divine light, divine love, and it's expansive. It goes as far as we can see or as far as we can even imagine that white light. So take a few minutes to breathe that in. I'll even sound the angel forks to go along with that white light because you are now in the realm of the angels. So just take a few minutes here. Really feel this beautiful protective casing you have around you now. Know that it's certainly not heavy, but it is as strong as any armor out there. And as long as you believe this to be true, it will be. You will be protected at all times. You have divine light around you because you are a divine being. We are all divine beings. We just forget that from time to time. When you remember that, nothing can affect you. So as beautiful and wonderful as it is, give you some time to enjoy this white light. We will have to start to descend. We do have to come back down to Mother Earth because she needs us. And currently, we are incarnated into physical bodies that reside on Mother Earth. So take a few last breaths in this beautiful divine light and feel it. I'll give you just a few minutes of silence before I start guiding you back down onto Earth. But don't worry, when we go back through the rainbow, you're not losing your protective shield at all. As a matter of fact, it'll strengthen even more. Okay, it's time to make our descent. So remember what I told you in the beginning. Your sandbags, by releasing them, brought you higher and higher. And now it's time to let out some of the air so that you can come back down to Earth. Think of the balloon as your lungs. And you just filled it up with all this beautiful air. And now it's time to slowly let it go. So you're in control of how fast or slow you come down. You're going to grab onto that pull cord and open up the vents on the top of the balloon and slowly allow the gases to leave the balloon as you start to descend down, down, down through that white light. Slowly and gently. Think of it like a feather that's just slowly flowing down and down and down. So now from the white light, you're going to go back through the colors, back through the violet color of the third eye, coming down, down as the gases leave, and then coming down, And down as you see the violet light giving way to the blue. Breathing in that blue light again, and each time you come back down through the color, it's just fortifying your protective shield even more. You're picking up even more of the frequency. Bringing that down from the blue to the green at your heart center, coming down and down into your heart center. Down through the green gases as a little more air is let out of the balloon. And with a breath, come down into your solar plexus, into the yellow color, that yellow shield around you now getting even more fortified on its way and journey back down to Mother Earth. And with another breath, see yourself coming down again, down into the sacral orange color, that other color around your body, that creation color. Feel that color getting stronger and stronger. As with another breath, that orange gives way to the red, the ruby red of your root chakra. And with this last color, taking another last deep breath and just feel the shield from the ruby red go down to the bottom of your feet and feel that nesting doll, that layer around you, and feel the 7 layers out of you. That's how strong you are now. And whenever you doubt it, just try to feel that again if you're walking through the grocery store, or if you're one of those amazing first responders who's in the hospitals and in the emergency rooms. Please, please, please remember, picture yourself in those colors of that nesting doll. Keep your energy protected at all times. Even if you're out walking the dogs or enjoying nature, which I hope you are doing, feel that color as you get down through the red. And now with another breath, you're exiting that rainbow, that high point of the rainbow, the apex. You're coming down, and now you're slowly cascading down to Mother Earth, so you'll see the birds again, starting with the birds of prey, then going down lower and lower until you see the little birds around you, and lower and lower. And slowly you'll see yourself start to very, very gently just hover a few yards above the earth. And with each breath, see yourself go down lower and lower and closer to Mother Earth. Before you know it, you're just a few feet from Mother Earth. And you'll take another long, deep breath. And as you exhale, you'll gently plant that basket down on Mother Earth. And now you can sit here as long as you want, or you can get up and get out of your basket and go off on your day. But I'm going to leave you here. Sit here for a moment. Feel the work you've done. If you have to, just go back and do it all over again. Or anytime you need it, it's here for you. It's free. It's on YouTube. I do hope you'll go to my website at www.lisaalexander.com and download some of my other meditations. There's a free one as soon as you get on the website to help clear your chakras with the solfeggio tones. And there are several others to support you. Read the descriptions and see which one resonates with you. Now is the time to meditate and pray. We need both. Meditation is listening to God, and prayer is talking too. So let's not do all the talking. Let's listen as well. So I do hope you enjoyed this, and I do hope you will want more. So please, if you enjoyed this and you do want more, let me know. Put something in the comments section that you enjoyed this, that you got something from it, that you learned something, or that you want to see more. Any wonderful comment you could leave, with love and blessings, I'd greatly appreciate it. And like my mother used to say, and I'm sure yours did too, if you don't have anything nice to say, then please don't say anything at all. Don't bring down the love that other people may have felt, even if you're not aligned with some of the things that we do or say here. I wish you all peace. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay well. I am Hz Alexander, and thank you for being here today. Namaste.